Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to tell you about the synopsis of Alchemy of Souls Episode 3. Breeding Technique. Episode 3 of Alchemy of Soul picks up in the past with Janggang deciding to run away from his child. Despite risking his life to save Uk, Janggang decides the boy should have his energy sealed away. Given how important he is, this is a way of keeping him subdued. He claims Yuke's father is a dead man and that Yuke's birth never should have happened. In the present, Yuke takes Mudok back to the palace and takes responsibility for the poisoning. He tells Park Jin that it was all his idea. Jang-woo also refuses to get treatment until Mudok does too, which certainly angers his fathers. However, when Uk gets on his knees and pleads with him to help, Park Jin concedes and allows them both to get patched up at Sejukwon. Of course, Yuk takes full advantage of that, gaining an impromptu taxi service from Yul who carries him on his back. However, Yul is convinced that there's something up with Uk's mate. Given they only just met, he's curious as to why Uk has risked his life for her. He knows that guy is hiding something and remains dead set on finding out what. Meanwhile, Park speaks to Hoyom about Yuk's power. The shaman is pretty confident that Yuk won't be able to access his true powers until he's at least 60, even with training. Still, his gate of energy has now been opened, and that's a risk Parching is not willing to take. He tells the old man to retrieve the power. Speaking of power, Jin realizes all of this alcohol is gone. His remedy for curing insomnia, it turns out that Dangu has been stashing some for himself, and that goes down about as well as you'd expected when he finds out. Yuk speaks to Mudok when she recovers and admits that he's never had anyone help him out like she was. He allows him to fully submit to her as his true master and kneels before the woman and allowing himself to be drained by her. Mudok immediately lays down the rules, pointing out that as soon as she gets her energy back and becomes Naksu again, their ties will be severed. Oh, and Yuk is not to tell anyone about their training either. Jinmu continues to steer in the shadow, learning that Naksu's body has been disposed. Now, Jinmu is well aware that one can lose their energy and power during soul switching. Given her actually witnessed this between the king and Janggang all those years ago. Jinmu deduces that Naksu, wherever she is, could well be hiding in plain sight. Kill two heads off to fight the spirit plague. Training begins with Uk, and he learns from Mudok that he has a lot to learn. First up, he needs to learn Jitsu, which is the ability to gather the energy of water. Ryusu and Jitsu come next, and when mastered correctly allows one to control water. Hilariously, as Mudok runs around to show her stamina, she suddenly collapses with cramps, out of breath. She bemoans her luck, given the body she's adopted, but decides to take her frustration out on Yuk. Despite her lack of stamina, Mudok has lost the ability to fight and demonstrate that against Yuk, realizing he's not a particularly skilled fighter, so much for those 12 previous teachers. Yuk is convinced that he can learn things quickly, promising Mudok that it only takes him 3 months to achieve what Janggang learned in a year, which is still 4 years quicker than the average. Mudok is not too sure, although she does get back to her usual math routine between lessons. After a quick exchange with Hyoyeom outside, Mudok soon realized that young Master Yuk has a great soul of energy inside him, but how to harness it? They realized the key could be learning from someone with Hyoyeom family and how to master that breathing technique, and who better than you? When they show up at the study and playfully tease on another, Dangu jumps in and tells Yuk to stop picking on Mudok even still weak. Of course, she's completely placed up to this, feeling that Yuk is taking advantage of her. Anyway, Mudok does get her changed with Yul sometime later, following him to sacred area where the monks get changed. Mudok seizes her change and touch Yuk says, trying to get a feel of his breathing. She needs 6 breaths, but he stopped at her at 5, pushing him off. Mudok suddenly tells him she's in love, hence the close touching, but Yul blasts her back down with his magic. He's not going to fall for her honey trap lure and realizes she's trying to learn his breathing technique. Yule urges her to stop, but when they discuss his whistle, the trinket binding Yule and Mudok together when she was Maksu and he concedes to her. Meanwhile, her organizes a meeting with Yuk. The latter pretends to be ill and claims he's been fading a lot. Yuk does manage to sway Ho, getting him blind drunk and eventually carrying him back. In doing so, the ultimate drunkly bursts out that the key of the techniques lies in how much inhales and exhales. When Yuk and Mudok eventually reconvene, Yuk is clearly jealous of how close she's got to Yul. As they walk away, we cut back to Jinmu, who's concerned about Yuk's potential given he's been asking about Naksu's sword. Jinmu manipulates his associate into believing he needs to crush Jang-uk. Speaking of which, Jang-uk is actually banished from Songrim when he sees his father's again. Even worse, as he's lost the spirit plague, he's also take 100 floggings too. Yuk bears it all as everyone can only watch on helplessly. As he vanishes, told never to return. Yuk refuses to until he's given his final flogging by his father himself. Park Jin does just this. Park Jin wants Yuk to go quietly, but given his gate of energy has been opened up, chaos is bound to rain down when Yuk inevitably returns for now though. Budok and Yuk leave. That's it for the video. Bye!